All right, everyone, we are back with our second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Hopefully you tuned in, listened to the 6 questions that we got to yesterday on everything from SSRIs, mood, dyslexia, ADD, ADHD-based therapies, looking at getting supplements into Europe, talking about phlegm in the back of the throat, potential post-nasal drip, what to look for good ingredients in skincare products, as well as gynecomastia in males. So let's move on. I'm sure we have a lot of amazing questions here today, same as yesterday. As I said, I don't prepare for any of the questions for the show. I like them to be raw. I like them to be just as if we bumped into each other at a coffee shop or at the Reimagining Health Summit and you asked me your question. So same thing. That's what I'd love to be able to do. Let's get started. I just opened up the document. First question here is from Kelsey. And as I always have to say, no medical advice, no medical treatment plans, no medical cures, no medical diagnosis. But of course, you're going to get something even better, how to actually find the underlying root cause for what ails you, and then how to rebalance your body. All right, what does Kelsey say? Kelsey says, hi, Dr. Cabral. There is so much conflicting information regarding coffee and PCOS. As someone who struggles with high androgen and testosterone production, should I not be drinking any caffeine? Does caffeine really increase androgen hormones? I drink 1 cup of organic mold-free coffee per day. I've justified not giving it up due to how much joy it brings me. Thanks. Kelsey, I agree with you. But the thing is, there's never any controversy. That's why people always say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Will you debate this person? Will you do? No, here's the thing. I can solve it for you, Kelsey, really easy. You're going to run something called the stress mood and metabolism test. That's it. Stress mood and metabolism test, no needles, no painful blood draws with your phlebotomist, no even leaving your house. Lab gets shipped to your house, saliva sample, finger prick, that's it. It will look at your estrogen. It will look at your progesterone, look at your testosterone. It will look at your DHEA, and then it will look at your cortisol in the morning, right upon waking. It will then look at it at noon. It will look at it at dinner time, and then look at it before bed. If we see a spike in cortisol post-coffee, it will not be ideal for you, right? So if you have high cortisol levels, then caffeine is not good for you. Now, the nice thing is this. You could do a half decaf, half caffeinated, right? Like you can do that now. You could do 3/4 decaffeinated, 1/4 coffee, and still get the taste and still get all of the benefits of those polyphenols, especially if you're using something like the Equilife mold-free, metal-free, organic coffee, right? So totally up to you, but we can tell you for sure, I don't want to take something away that is, you get so much joy from. Why would we do that? So usually 1 coffee per day, no big deal. But yes, some people produce higher levels of cortisol from coffee, and some women more prone to PCOS can produce higher levels of testosterone. So I don't disagree with that. Is that you? Nobody knows. We just have to test. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, Kelsey. Sarah's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I get horrible gas when I eat energy balls that I make made of Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oats, nut butter, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and honey. I recently did the Big 5 and none of these came up as a sensitivity. Why am I having gas with this? And should I cut these out of my diet? I eat all these separate at times and don't have gas. But for whatever reason, when I have it all combined, I do. Thanks. Okay. I'm happy to help you. This is an easy answer, but I want you to know this. Everybody out there who runs a food sensitivity test, we are testing for a latent IgG response to food. And please go back, tune into, just type in at stephencabral.com/podcast, food sensitivity. Just type it in, check it out. Or just ask at cabralsupportgroup.com. We can find the shows for you. Bloating and digestive issues are not always food sensitivities. They are digestive tract-based issues. I can explain the difference. Candida overgrowth, bacterial overgrowth, parasites, and yeast can feed on foods causing bloating and gas. That is not a food sensitivity. A food sensitivity is when you eat the food, you react to it within minutes or hours. Okay, that's an IgE reaction. Maybe about a day, that's an IgM, or 2 to 3 days, which is what we test for, which is IgG. Because it's so difficult to find if today's a Sunday and you ate foods on Friday, do you know, or even Thursday, which ones of those reacting for the brain fog, fatigue, skin rashes, joint pain, etc. on a Sunday? So that's why we run that really effective. Okay, let's get back to your question. The reason why these cause bloating, though, is because of the food combining. Those energy balls are so difficult for almost everybody to digest. That's why I don't recommend them. Think about it. You're mixing oats. Can be a great food for many people, right? So you get the fiber. If you're not cooking those oats, though, harder to break down. Okay, so now we've got those oats uncooked a lot of times. I'm sure they're probably uncooked, but they may not be. Okay, then we've got nut butter. Nut butters in general, notorious for being difficult to digest. It's mainly fat. Not saying there's anything bad about that, but now you're combining a high load of fats with a lot of fiber from the oats, the chia seeds, and the pumpkin seeds. So it's nut butter, seeds, and nuts, which are, again, just more difficult sometimes to break down, but then you're adding honey. And that honey is fermentable, right? So now as these things are slower to digest, the honey can sit there and ferment. So it's just a tough combination. I know a lot of people love them, but I really can't recommend them. They're very high calorie dense too, which might be fine for some people, totally fine for some people, but it can be pretty challenging. And so I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It just may not be a food that your body's going to digest very well, just like many other people. All right. And it could also just be quantity. You might not be able to eat 3 or 4 of them, but you might be able to eat 1 or 2. So kind of test these things as well. All right. Kalista is up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Is it unhealthy to consume burnt pizza crust? Whenever I visit a great pizza place, the crust often has a lot of char on the bottom and edges. I know that the dose makes the poison, and it's not like I eat pizza every day, maybe once or twice a month, but still, I want to keep that rain barrel as empty as possible. Thanks so much for your answer. Much love, Kalista. Appreciate that, Kalista. Thank you. And same right back at you. So here's the thing. When we talk about activated charcoal, remember back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago, biohackers was like, oh, I just consume charcoal every single day. Charcoal is a carcinogen. People are like, well, charcoal in a supplement is clearly different than charcoal from X, Y, and Z. Now, some of the charcoal they were using were like downright poisonous, where they were getting the charcoal from, which I don't want to throw stones, so I won't throw any. Now, a healthier version of charcoal, and let me put healthy in air quotes, would be from charred coconut hulls. That's in most binders. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have an issue with that. Do you want to use it every day for your life? No, I don't, right? It's charcoal. Charcoal is a carcinogen. We don't want to use it over time. Now, do I have an issue with using binders like I'll do myself? If I were to go out, have a cheat meal, or during a detox, I'll add some binders in, especially if I'm doing a long infrared sauna plus detox, like really doing it up. No, I have no issue with that at all, like at all. Do I use it every day of my life? No, I don't use it every day of my life. Use it during a specific protocol, like maybe a heavy metal detox or mold. Yes, but not for life. You having burnt pizza once a month, is it the same as the coconut hulls? No, it's not, right? But I don't know. I don't think I'd make that big a deal about it once a month. Now, if you're having burnt meat, which is the crimolides, that shouldn't say that's crimolides because that's more on burnt starch-based foods like French fries, etc. But if you're having charred meat, that's a pretty dangerous one as well. So it's like, how much charred food are you eating? If you're eating charred food once a month, I can't say that I'm going to have an issue with that. Really can't. Is it a healthy thing to do? Not necessarily. But as you just said, the dose makes the poison, and I can't fault you for that. And I can't say that that's actually going to cause an issue. Of course, I can't say for sure, but I would not see that as an issue once a month. Okay. Anonymous is up next. Hi, Dr. Brawl, longtime listener. I'm 39 with an AMH of 0.03. By the way, anybody who doesn't know what AMH is, anti-Müllerian hormone. I'm pretty sure I got to read this whole question first, which basically is looking at like egg count in women. Okay, I've completed your functional medicine detox. I eat all organic, avoid seed oils, exercise appropriately, etc. I've done testing that revealed candida overgrowth and some chemicals that were overwhelming my immune system. I've since cleared the candida, stopped wearing nail polish, and started sauna regularly. I also use clean products and have never taken birth control, nor do I participate in experimental therapies. I had one natural infection in March of 2022, and after that went 90 days without a cycle. Is it possible the virus damaged my ovaries? What else significantly can I do to increase my AMH and ward off early menopause? Have you heard of ovarian PRP injections being successful? Okay, so no, I've not heard of ovarian PRP injections being successful. It doesn't mean that they may not be. I've just never seen that, nor have I even looked up the research. Because what we try to do is just all natural, all the time, and help women get back their cycle, which we've been very successful at doing. So it seems like you ran a Candida metabolic and vitamins test, which is great. And you probably ran the vitamin tox test, like the hair tissue mineral analysis, the minerals and metals test. Okay, so this is what I'm recommending. Run one lab, because I know that labs have a cost to them. Run one lab and you'll get a personalized plan with it. That's the stress, mood, and metabolism test. I need to see what your estrogen levels are and progesterone levels and DHEA levels. I also need to see what your cortisol levels are and your thyroid levels, plus your vitamin D. That one lab test will show me all of that, and it can be done right at home. And it comes with a consultation with an Equal Life coach, and it comes with a personalized plan. So that's what we really need to do, because I obviously I want to be able to help. I really do. And you're only 39 years old. So the likelihood you are going into menopause is not high. It's really not at 39. So yeah, I mean, I was literally 3 hours ago, I was just working with a woman who is 8 years older than you, still not in menopause, but lost her cycle, wants to get it back. And that's specifically what we're working on. Now, with her though, it is sleep and too much output, too much exercise and go with work and exercise, and only 6 hours of sleep a night, right? So the body needs to be back into a rejuvenative state. And so that's what we would love to help you with as well. All right. All right. Laura is up next. Laura says, hi, Dr. Ball. I've been tracking my sleep with Aura, and lately I've been trying to go to bed earlier than my whole life. Since starting to learn from you, I can no longer keep shutting my eyes that sleeping earlier is important for our health. But the thing is that I get 90 minutes of deep sleep when I go to sleep at 2 a.m. or later on off days. And whenever I manage to go earlier around midnight is where I'm currently at, I don't get enough deep sleep, even less than an hour sometimes. Could it be that my body is used to my rhythm hormones, so it's difficult to get into the deep sleep phase earlier than it's used to? I'm really wondering what the cause could be. Please help me figure it out. Thanks. You're the best. Okay. So yes, 100%. Your body absolutely can get used to certain rhythms. There's no doubt about that. And so what we do is, let's say instead of going to bed at 2 a.m., you want to go to bed at midnight, just like you said. All right. What we do is for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks, we are going to reset the body's natural or circadian rhythm to bring it more towards going to bed and being asleep during dark hours and up during light hours. Like, that's really what we're doing. It's funny that that's controversial. So what we're using is the sleep help support protocol. Okay. Adrenal Soothe, full spectrum magnesium at dinner. And then before bed, sleep help support and liquid melatonin. So that's what we're doing. And then to wake up in the morning, you probably will have energy, but if you need to wake up in the morning, we can just use something like adrenal energy. So that's that. So that's what we do. And we would use it for 4 to 6 weeks, but you'd have to do it every night to just get yourself on track. Now, an easier way to do that though, follow my sleep protocol, which is basically, so first of all, you have to follow the 3-2-1 sleep protocol. If you don't know what that is, just type it in with my name into Google or at stephencabral.com/podcasts. You want to, it's better just to go to bed at 1:45 a.m., then 1:30, then 1:15, then 1. Every week you work it back by 15 minutes. That's always what I recommend. I don't recommend just stopping and going to bed at midnight because it's an easier way to work backwards. All right. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's get in one more question. This one is from Sam. Sam says, hi, Dr. Ball. I was just listening to a podcast with a registered dietitian who claimed that having a healthy liver and detoxifying it requires consuming animal protein. That sounds false to me, but I wanted to check with you to see what you thought about it. Thanks in advance for your answer. Okay, so that's just categorically false. Like sometimes you just be like, that's just wrong. Like you shouldn't be allowed to say things like that. So here's the thing. When people use a diet for themselves and they find to be successful, they want to share it with the world. And I'm not condemning that. They're trying to help people. But like that is not science-based at all. It's actually the opposite. Now, Having said that, I don't have a problem with people eating animal protein. I eat animal protein. All right, so I just want to state that. It's so categorically false, though. I don't even know how to even I'll give you a simple answer, but there's so many reasons why it's false. So first of all, to detoxify, saturated fat and a heavier amount of animal protein takes more work on the liver and more work on the kidneys. That's scientifically proven. You can just look up lipopolysaccharides. Look up foods highest in lipopolysaccharides. Look up foods that create the greatest amount of endotoxemia. I'll be doing a shows over the next couple of weeks on endotoxemia because it's not talked about enough. Okay, so that's that. Second, your liver needs certain vitamins and minerals and certain amino acids. Those amino acids can be gotten from plant-based foods or animal-based foods or fish, right? Like you can do it. So that's the thing, is it's just not true. And if anything, your body has to do less work when it's not consuming as much animal protein. Now, having said that, there are benefits to animal protein, right? There are absolute benefits to animal protein. And I'm not saying like in any way, shape or form, it's more anabolic. It helps to build tissue better on the body, repair probably to a better degree. No doubt about it. I'm not discounting that at all. But I'm answering this question that a healthy liver does not need animal protein. That's actually not true. And if you look during our functional medicine detox, which is a liver detox, we do shakes for those 2 days, right? So you can look at, it's just steamcabral.com/detox. Plant-based lunch, because we keep you in autophagy. Once you have animal protein, you're out of autophagy, right? Like it's like, this makes no sense, but meaning like the point that she's giving or he's giving. But yeah, sometimes it's not correct. That's all there is to it. And but here's the thing. I'm not against animal protein, but you don't need animal protein, just to be fair, in order to have a healthy liver. So hopefully that was helpful. Thanks, Sam, for writing in. And I appreciate all of you. I really do appreciate the support. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the subscribes to the show, as well as any reviews you can leave. It helps us to support the show, get it out to more people. So thanks again. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Mindset and Motivation Monday. Don't miss it. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.